السلام عليكم إخواني وأخواتي المقبلين على اجتياز مباراة التعليم بالتعاقد. كنجدد بكم الترحاب في هذا الفيديو الجديد من English Didactics. As we mentioned before, there are three main components that TEFL, or teaching English as a foreign language, is consisted of. There is lesson plan or lesson planning, or planning in general. We have management or lesson management, how to plan a lesson, how to manage a lesson, and the third and the last one, we have lesson assessment, or how to assess a lesson. So let's start with the first one, which is the most important one before getting to lesson management. So let's start with lesson plan. Let's turn on this presentation. Open the door, please. So we begin with its definition. What is a lesson plan? Its definition, it is a teacher's detailed description of the course of instruction, just like an outline of the whole course. Or in general, it is a detailed description. Let's move to the components of a lesson plan. We have the title of the lesson, time required to complete the lesson, list of required materials, and the objectives that students should achieve, or standards, at the end of this course or a lesson. A well-developed lesson plan reflects the interests and needs of students. Maybe at the day of the oral exam or the interview, the interviewers or the juries will ask you, how can you know, or what is a good lesson plan? This is the answer. A good lesson plan is a lesson plan which reflects the interests and needs and requirements of students. Let's move to the detailed components and ingredients of the lesson plan. The first one, we start with the lesson topic. For example, Introduction to Humor Unit. The textbook that the teacher uses is Gateway 2. The Unit 6. As an example, humor. We should mention the target skills or the target skill. For example, are speaking and listening. Five, materials used. For example, blackboard, the textbook, data show, laptop, and VS. 6, should consider class level. the second year baccalaureate as an illustration. 7. Class period or timing. Timing is very essential component. Don't forget timing. Time management is a very crucial thing. We have, for example, 1 hour. 8. Objectives. We have objectives or standards targeted. By the end, for example, by the end of this lesson, students will be able to do or to use, etc. Let's get to another thing. Let's have examples. I try to use 3 examples of language items like grammar, vocabulary, and writing. I hope these examples are beneficial for you. So let's begin with an example of a grammar lesson plan. This is the outline. Actually, I didn't mention the component, the date. The date is very also important. We have the textbook, we have the level, we have the time, we have the unit, we have the lesson, which is grammar, passive voice. The lesson skills emphasized. We have integration of skills, or there is eclectic approach. We target all skills: speaking, listening, reading, and writing. The topic: women in the power. And we have objective standards. By the end of this lesson, students will be able to use passive voice appropriately. Instructional aids, materials or tools needed or required: students' book, blackboard, and data show. And you don't need to mention references. It is not important. So this is the lesson outline. We have stages, content, procedure, and techniques, materials, timing, and mode of work. We have the first stage, we have 3 stages in teaching grammar. We have warm-up, we have presentation, PPP technique, and practice and production. Look to the timing division: 5 minutes for the warm-up. We have presentation 20 minutes and 15 minutes for practice, and at the end production we have just 10 minutes. Be careful in timing division. It's very important. And to the techniques and materials that we'll use, that you're gonna use. We have data show, we have WH questions, we have data show, we have blackboard, we have chart, we have data show, we have blackboard, we have data show. And practice, the second stage, which is practice. We have exercises. The mode of work, we have individual work and pair work. The last stage, production. We have pair work. And we have also group work. At the end, we have homework assignments. You assign homeworks to students. We give them assignments. So this is a kind of an outline of grammar lesson, and you can come up with your lesson outline. But just inspire yourself with this example. So let's move to another example of a unit lesson plan. The second language item, vocabulary lesson plan. I will not repeat the components. They are the same, just the objectives. By the end, student performance objectives. By the end of the lesson, students are expected to have a general idea about the theme of the unit. Humor. Be acquainted with the vocabulary related to the word humor. Talk about their favorite humorists. Let's have we have the stages or the steps. We have the first one, warm up. The timing is 3 minutes. We don't spend much time at warm up. The teacher greets students in the response to create. The student tries to create a friendly atmosphere for learning to take place, to break the ice. The second stage, we have pre-entry, 5 minutes. In the first step, we don't have any techniques or working mode. In the pre-entry, we use techniques like VS, video, or videos. the mode of work is individual. Let's move to the other stage, presentation. We have 3 minutes, 3 minutes, 3 minutes is 9 minutes. 9 minutes for 9 minutes for presentation stage. Then we have techniques that are used like flashcards. We have just flashcards because we are dealing with vocabulary items or lexical items. The mode of work is individual. We are dealing with characters, so we use flashcards or images. So let's go quickly to practice. We have 8 minutes. The time is 8 minutes. And another 8 minutes. 16 minutes. And we have 20 minutes at most. 21st. We have 21 minutes. We have in the practice, we have oral practice, we have written practice, we have free practice, and controlled practice. The techniques and materials that are used: we have textbook, we have semantic mapping, like this, humor, and we have the vocabulary or the lexical items that are related to this word, to this concept, humor. Let's move to production stage. We have in the last stage we have timing is 22 minutes. The techniques that are used are video and working mode is individual. So we have dealt so far with 2 lesson plans, one which is concerning with grammar lesson, and the second one with vocabulary. The third and the last one, which is I'm suggesting for you an example of writing lesson plan. So let's go over this. I will not repeat the components. We are going over this and scan everything in order to catch and to memorize. I'll move swiftly to to the lesson outline. We have the first one, stages. The first stage, which is warm-up. The teacher greets students, always greets students. Teacher activates students' schemata about linking words. We have the techniques, materials. We have WH questions. The timing, we have just 5 minutes, 3 minutes or 5 minutes. At maximum 5 minutes. Mode of work, teacher students, students teacher interaction. The second stage, which is pre-writing, we use techniques and materials that are used: visual aids, word map, blackboard, and textbook. We have 15 minutes that you may spend in this stage. We have mode of work, we have teacher student, students teacher, etc. The third stage, while writing, in this stage there is practice. We have in pre-writing, the teacher starts to present the lesson. For example, to introduce some commonly used linking words. Students complete the table in activity, etc. And while writing, students practice using activities or exercises. Students read the given text and put the appropriate missing linking words from the given list. Then teacher models the task, mental, moral, and the physical powers. And after that, there is whole class correction. And the techniques that are used in this stage, we have fill in the blanks or gap filling, or fill in the gap. The timing is, we have 10 minutes. The mode of work is pair work. Another technique or material, we have the textbook. The last stage, we have post writing, or we have production. Students start to produce. They come up with their sentences, or they start to write a short paragraph about one means of learning that they think is important using linking words. They start appropriately. Students share their pieces of writing and give feedback to each other. There is pair correction or peer correction. This is involved in the techniques. We have writing and peer feedback. There are reactions and corrections between peers. We have the timing 20 minutes. The mode of work is individual work. And we end this with this lesson by giving homeworks. And we mention what are the anticipated and expected learning problems that may I face or students may face. And we have we close this with self-evaluation. So this is the last thing that is included in this video. Actually, I have finished this video. Thank you for watching, and I hope you you have been benefited from this video, and I see you soon. Thank you.